at a wedding we went to. My wife spent the entire night dancing with her male best friend while I sat quietly, watching from a distance. The music was loud, the lights were dim, and the dance floor was full of energy, but none of it seemed to reach me. I had imagined this wedding would be a night of fun and shared moments between us. Instead, I found myself sidelined, like an extra in someone else's story. From the moment we arrived, I could sense the shift in her attention. As soon as she spotted him, her face lit up in a way I hadn't seen in a while. They hugged, laughed, and instantly fell into their own rhythm, a rhythm I wasn't part of. I tried to brush it off at first. I mingled, made small talk with strangers, and checked my phone more times than I cared to admit. But my eyes kept drifting back to the two of them. They danced like they had done it 100 times before. Effortless, comfortable, intimate, in a way that made me question things I had never questioned before. Every time I thought she might come back to sit with me, she didn't. Every time the song changed, I thought it might be the one that made her look for me, but it never was. I started to feel like a background character at my own partner's celebration. I started questioning things I hadn't dared to before. Had I been blind to signs all along? Had their friendship crossed boundaries in subtle ways I refused to see? Or was this just one of those moments that reveals the cracks already forming? Beneath the surface? I didn't know. I just knew that something inside me shifted that night. When the wedding finally ended, she came back to me, cheerful and tired, asking if I enjoyed myself. I smiled, said yes, and we walked to the car. But deep down, I knew we weren't walking out of that venue the same couple who had walked in. Something unspoken had changed between us. And I wasn't sure if she even noticed. That night taught me something important. Sometimes, the deepest pain doesn't come from betrayal, but from being forgotten by the one person who should have noticed you were hurting. And I don't know how or if we'll come back from that. I tried to remind myself that they've been friends for years, that there's history there, but it's platonic, or at least that's what I've always believed. Maybe I was overthinking. Maybe I was being too sensitive. But then again, maybe I wasn't. When you're in a relationship, especially a marriage, there's a line between trust and emotional neglect. And I wasn't sure which side of the line we were on anymore. There was a moment, just one, where she caught my eye from the dance floor. She smiled and gave a little wave. I returned it, but it felt empty, like a courtesy more than a connection. I wanted her to notice me sitting there alone. I wanted her to realize that this night, which should have brought us closer, was quietly pulling us apart. But she didn't. When the slow songs came on, they didn't stop dancing. He held her by the waist. She leaned into him. They laughed softly, shared words I couldn't hear. And in that moment, it was as if I didn't exist. I couldn't help but wonder, if the roles were reversed, would she be okay with me doing the same? Would she sit patiently while I danced the night away with another woman? Eventually, I stopped pretending to enjoy myself. I stepped outside, sat on a bench, and stared up at the night sky. The muffled music and laughter behind me felt like it belonged to a world I no longer fit into. I wasn't angry, at least not in the explosive, dramatic way. I was just disappointed. And maybe a little heartbroken.